There you go. I forgot to record. All right, we're recording now. But yeah, with the queen and the rook, it is winnable though. The queen can win a rook. You just got to make sure you use your king. That's the most important part. But anyways, yeah, right here, the rook pins this rook, so this rook cannot move. So what I mean is now this rook cannot go up or down, because if it does, look what happens to the king. It gets taken. So you can't do that. And if they take, now the pawn promotes. So a little geometric, I guess. By the way, if you guys are like really good at math, then you'll probably be good at chess and vice versa. So here, let's see, it should be black to move. All right, so I'll make it black to move. But yeah, guys, again, here, so the rook is in a pin. Now what's gonna happen is black, knowing that, because black is smart, little smart, is gonna go rook, no, king b7, defend the rook. So now here's my question. The rook is still in a pin. It's very important to be able to see that a piece is in a pin. And once you notice that, you can just keep loading pressure on it. So with that being said, guys, one piece attacking, one piece the king defending. What is the best move? Kevin?
Move rook to d4 to attack the rook.
That's right, knight d4. Yeah, now knight d4 to attack the rook. Very nice job, Kevin. Yeah, now you got two pieces attacking, and the rook cannot run away or anything because it's in a pin. So guys, a pin, I just love pins. I love bishops. Wanna know why? Because bishops are really good at pinning. I'll show you guys. So we'll go over these ones pretty quick now. So you guys are doing pretty well. Okay, here's an early game one. White to move, find me white's best move, or that you see. I swear, guys, pins can happen like from the opening to the middle to the end game. Here, I'm just gonna move this right here. Can you send the link to the tournament? All right, so here's the interesting thing. I don't have the link to the tournament because so normally I was not able to get it today, but if anybody in the chat has the link somehow, maybe if you go to the group you can find it, that would be great. Let's see, Chelsea, what's your answer here? Thank you, Ethan. Thank you, Gavin. Wow, you guys saved me from embarrassment. What do you think here, Chelsea?
Wait a sec.
Yeah, if the queen blocks, that's right. That was actually black's one defense.
But we still take the knight. And
yeah, I like that idea. You learned really well.
develop. Get the queen out and then develop.
Yeah. So yeah, mostly right. Here, let me just show you. Right here, remember how your knight is hanging here. Because remember, they're no longer in a pin. So actually, we can do a lot of good stuff here. But yeah, here the knight is in a pin, but black had to play queen e7.
Oh my gosh.
Now black is no longer in a pin because the knight can still move and it's queen on queen, so nothing too bad here. But if black played the wrong move, something like this, then like Chelsea showed, just d3, pushing the knight away, using the pin, putting pressure on the pin piece. And guys, like one of my least favorite scenarios when I'm at chess game is when I just can't move a piece because it's in a pin for like 10 moves straight. And then afterwards, I end up losing the piece. So, you know, Let's see here. Do we want? Okay, so guys, now we're gonna go over attack and defense here. Kind of attack and defense. Yeah. So how this is gonna work is first we're just gonna find a good move for white. A move that looks like it wins material. And then we're gonna switch sides and do kind of like the defense. We've kind of done a few of these before. I think they're important because you got to be able to defend in chess, not just attack. Because those players who are very aggressive, very just does not stop putting pressure. But then once you start doing the tiniest counterattack on them, they start losing material because they don't know how to defend. That's an extreme example. Kevin, what is your answer?
I accidentally kept it up.
All right, that's okay, Kevin. It happens to everyone. Let's see. Actually, I should let you guys think a little more on this one. So nice thing about this position here is white does have the center, and white does have a nice pin. So can white use this pin? Remember, this knight, when it's in a pin, it cannot move, right? So what if we just try pushing away a piece that can't move, or putting pressure on a piece that can't move? That's the nice thing about pins is, yeah, Chelsea.
I forgot to lower my hand.
All right, that's okay. Right, Kevin?
So we move the pawn on e4 to e5.
That's right, e4 to e5. A really good move. I mean, it makes logical sense, right? The pawn is chasing the knight. So the knight cannot move though. Because if the knight moves anywhere, the queen is, we get a queen. So best thing black can do, it looks like, is just lose this knight. But is it? Now, guys, defense time. And I'm interested to see, like, some of you guys might just be able to get this easy. Some of you, it might be a little tougher. But I'm in this position, guys. Can black defend this knight somehow? Can black somehow not lose this piece? So the knight is in a pin, unfortunately, and the knight cannot move, but the knight is being attacked. So how can black solve this problem? What is the problem? What piece is causing the problem? What if black attacks that piece that's causing the problem? Then if that piece is gone, the problem is gone. That was kind of a very complex hint, but if you understood that, and I think you can do it. But and it is purposely made very sneakily. All right, Nicholas.
Pawn to h6.
Pawn h6, yeah. So that's a really good one. Yeah, guys. So this one's really good. So guys, another thing I want to mention, and I'll go on this deeper when we do a full class on defense. But basically, when you're under attack sometimes, and you don't see any good ways to defend, a good way to defend is to just counterattack. And now, here, for example, the bishop is the pinning piece. So if this bishop is gone, the pin is gone. So we attack the bishop. The idea being, if the knight is taken, then we take the bishop. And now black is still in the game. So guys, this just to like give you an idea that just because you're in a pin, it looks like you're lost, you can still kind of squirm your way out in some positions. Let's go on to the next one. This is a really good one, a really, really good one. To start things off, I'll go from this position here, guys. So it's A black to move. Find me black's best move. Best of luck. It's an endgame-ish looking position. Oh, Nicholas, you want to control my screen? All right. Wait 1 sec. Yes, Nicholas, and I'll also let you talk.
I think it's rook a7,
Yeah, rook a7, great one. Great one.
and then the bishop can't move.
Yeah, and bishop can't move, and there's actually no way to defend that bishop. See, like very similar to pins, guys, and good job, Nicholas. I just want to mention here that this is the alignment you're looking for, that straight file, and when you have a rook that can move that way, the rook comes and pins the bishop. So one thing I wanted to mention here was we're gonna switch sides again because these puzzles are kind of cool. So in this position, guys, now remember difficulty is going up a little bit now. So oh, sorry, I'm choking. So try and see what you can do here. Find me white's best move. What do you think is white's best move now? And white can actually win this game, but he has to play the next 2 moves correctly. So we will do this one slowly, guys, because has a lot to it. Here I'll give everybody like good 20 seconds to think about it, and then we'll start picking questions. So guys, try your best, think about it hard. Type it in the chat if you have any answers. Raise your hand if you have any answers. I don't know if there's any other ways you can say your answers, but yeah, just do one of those 2. Or just, make a guess. Oh, wow. All right, so here, Nicholas, if I could just have you say the move this time, because I want to try to make everybody visualize this. So
Okay. I think it's rook g7.
rook g7.
When the black rook takes, the pawn takes, and then like let's say the black knight moves somewhere random, and then
Yeah,
put
let's
out
say
the
like
pawn.
here. Yeah. All right, so you are extremely close, and Lucy, you're also extremely close, but both of you are not quite. But if both of you combine your ideas, it could work. So actually, no, Lucy's. I just want to go over rook g7 first. Rook g7, guys. Nicholas is right. It's a really good move, and because the pawn is defending the rook, it's very important to notice, guys, especially in end games. If you see a pawn that makes a pass like the middle, like where the board cuts in half, like at a row 4 for white or row 5 for black, it gets passed. It's even on row 6. That is when your alarm system should be going off. And here, black takes, the pawn takes, but black also has the option to just not take. Black can just go knight on d6, defending the rook. So here, black is actually okay. So they cannot take. They could also go here, but this one's slightly worse because black loses the pawn. All right, guys, so we'll take it a little slower. Now we know that rook g7 does not work, but what else can work? Now, Lucy said g8. So g8 is the correct first move. And then what do you do when the king, let's say, goes on c7? g8, king c7. All right, guys. So now you can go rook g7. Yes, the rook can't escape here. It's in a pin. But like we were mentioning before, so Lucy and Nicholas, you guys' combined idea was correct. But knight d6 is a problem. Well, it looks like it is. So here, guys, there actually is a good move. Good two-move combination we can do. And everybody think on this one. It's a good exercise. So, let's say you have a move you want to play. Let's say most of you, the first move you want to just play is just take the rook, but we can't play because the knight takes. So that but, guys, because the knight takes. So there's our problem. Why our move won't work. So if we take care of the knight, we make the knight. So what I mean is the knight cannot move right now because it's defending the rook. So if you perhaps take that into account, and the rook is still in a pin. So keeping all these factors in mind that the knight is defending the rook, this rook's in a pin. Can we put more pressure on this rook? Let's go here. I'm just gonna take turns here. But thank you to everybody who raised your hand. It makes me so happy when people try to answer things. Lucy. Lucy, what do you think?
Bishop c4.
Bishop c4, that's the right move. Guys, this is a long puzzle, huh? But it's a good long puzzle. Bishop c4, the rook cannot take because our pawn takes and promotes. Let's see the other options. e7, can the rook go on e7? Definitely not, the rook just takes. What if the rook goes on d7? As a challenge, I'm not gonna play the move. I'm just gonna draw the arrow because the rook is going on d7. So you guys have to work your brain a little more and just visualize it there. But we will be so close to winning material. Now, Nick, actually, wait. Let's see. Let's give everybody 15 more seconds to think about this one. And then, so I guess black to move, black just played rook d7. So imagine this rook is on d7 now. Imagine this green square is now a rook. And if you can't imagine, now's your opportunity. Now's your training time. Now's where you get the hours in. So guys, what do you think? Lucy? Yes, Lucy.
I think maybe bishop e6.
Yeah, so bishop e6, that's a really good move. So let's see. Bishop e6. And same thing, we just keep on chasing that rook. The rook can't go here now. Our rook takes. The rook can't go here now because the bishop takes. And so guys, what a crazy puzzle. Remember, it all started with seeing this potential pin. So getting the rook here first and then going here. By the way, this is not an easy move to see at all. So kudos to Nicholas and Lucy and everybody else who tried it. Yes, Ethan, the rook is trapped. All right, guys, let's see here. Let's get some more ones in. This is a really good one. So, yeah, guys, white to move here. Find me white's best combination. Best of luck and really see, guys. Notice I said combination, which means you see one move, don't just type it in and send it. See black's response and then perhaps try to find your next move. So try to find me two moves, the next two moves. And I'll give you guys plenty of time on this one. 35 seconds. Get a lot of time. Actually, you guys got 36 seconds. Because my name is times 36. It's a lucky number. My lucky number. Take your time. All right, so guys, I hope you have an idea. Kevin, let's see, what do you think?
It's not a full answer, it's just an idea. But we moved the rook to E1, and though they still won't move the bishop because they have the rook there. So the next turn we move the pawn to F4, and they probably won't or will move. If they don't move, we take with the pawn, but if they move, we take with the rook.
Yeah, so excellent one there. And yeah, wow. So good job on seeing that. That was actually correct. The study is not private, then you can suggest accounting studies. So you can see all the public studies. Yeah, yes, Ethan. Thank you so much. That is true. So rook e1 pins the bishop with the rook. And notice now, see, it doesn't have to be like a queen or a king here all the time. You can pin other people. You can even pin a pawn. But so here, guys, the bishop is in a pin, so the bishop cannot move. Bishop moves, we take rook. So Black's response, his best response would probably just go king g7, trying to go king f6 next and defend the bishop. But we're smart, we just go f4. Now the bishop has to move, and we just take the rook. And we win a whole rook. So great one there. Let's see. Yeah, do we want to do these ones are there you go. All right, guys, let's try this one, and then after this one, I'll show you an example game. I'll give you guys 20 more seconds on this one. This one's actually a little easy. I think it's easy-ish. I don't know. Chelsea, what do you think? What is your answer? That's right. Rook b7. Because the bishop is defending it. Guys, bishops can be so sneaky. Bishops can be so sneaky. But yeah, so nice one here.
And bishop's in a pen, but we could take the
Not for
queen
long.
and then ready to double attack. And we
Uh-huh.
win the knight.
So good job on seeing all the
Oh,
all
no,
the
no, no.
details on the
No,
board.
no. No. Mm. Yeah.
All right, so perfect. Yeah, guys, so good job on this example here. Remember, this alignment is what you're looking for, and you might be thinking, you can just put a rook there. And yeah, the queen is in a pin now, so pinning the queen is the most satisfying thing ever. All right, so I'm going to show you guys a game right now. Sorry, wrong game. Here's the game. Yeah, so this is one of my games from a while ago. Yeah, guys, what I want you guys to notice right now is right here, we're just in the opening phase, we're both just developing here. Now, I played the Sicilian defense as black, but honestly, it's the same thing. I'm just developing knight here. So you take, and the Sicilian defense, the one I play, instead of putting my bishop, instead of going like e3 or e6, e5, and then move my bishop out this way, I go g6 and then move my bishop this way. Because I like, for this opening, the Sicilian, I find it works better. So knight develops and bishop comes here. And now we're just developing. And in the Sicilian defense, the plan is to usually go here, do a little queenside attack. And that's where this bishop actually helps out. So this bishop is defending the king and attacking on the queen side. Well, let's play along. So take. So I go here. The idea is to attack this bishop because this is a very powerful bishop. It's got a lot of moves. So we try to take it out. And black makes a white makes a mistake here. And I want you guys to see here. What is black's best move? Black's best combination? Best of luck. Let's go here. Let's see how your guys' tactics have been or is going. Let's see, Nicholas.
I think it's probably pawn d4.
Pawn d4. Okay, right idea. A right idea. You do notice these two. I like that. Now, pawn d4. We got one queen defending, but there's one bishop and a queen attacking. So this bishop and queen will just take our pawn, and we don't have the double attack yet. We just lost it. But why didn't this move work? Because the bishop and queen are defending it, because the bishop's going to take it. So what is the problem here? The bishop. So what can we do first? Just think of different ideas. I don't want to give too much of a hint. All right, so let's go Chelsea. What is the move that you have in mind?
Take the bishop.
That's right, take the bishop. Now bishop gets taken out, and when the queen takes,
Pawn moves to d4.
that's right, because now only one queen is attacking and we got a queen defending. So let me show you. One queen defending, one queen attacking. Pawn is good. Now we got the double attack. And that's actually exactly what happened in the game. My opponent moved the queen, takes the knight. Then I moved my queen here just because I saw this pawn was a little weak. When there's a double pawn, I love attacking double pawns because they're so easy to, well, they're way easier to take out than the other pawns. But so here, white went queen c4. And okay, so guys, I want you guys to notice here what I do in the next three moves. It's extremely simple stuff, but again, it applies at the higher levels too. And that is, so notice right now, we really have one active piece, the queen. This bishop is active, it's kind of blocked off. And these three pieces are doing nothing. Watch what happens in the next three moves, guys. Bishop develops on a nice diagonal while attacking the queen and gaining a tempo. So queen has to run. And here I say no to queen trade, because if I take the queen, now the double pawn is gone. So, and also I just personally don't like exchanging queens unless I have to, because I find if you don't trade your queens, the position stays complex and your opponent's more likely to make mistakes. So I just kept my queen. Now notice right here, guys, bishops develop, right? But these two rooks, these two open diagonals, let's see the moves. Rook went to b8, rook to the other diagonal. So I just developed my pieces here. And now the attack starts. So here I try some things, but this was my main idea here. Get my bishop on this diagonal. Because guys, remember, bishop, even from this distance, it can cover the king. All right, guys, so now is when you should be thinking here. This bishop has an attack on the king. Well, not yet, but kind of. And this pawn is in a pin right now. That means this pawn can never move. So just keep that in mind. Now queen is trying to defend the pawn. So the rook comes out. Now notice I'm trying to use all my pieces here. So I get two of my rooks more involved. Now the queen is doubling up on this pawn, but still not yet, because two attacking, but two defending. So now I want rook g4. One, 2, 3 attacking now. 3 pieces attacking, and white played rook e2. No, sorry, rook g1, which is a great move. Now there's 3 pieces defending. So as you can see, we're putting a lot of pressure on white now, on the king. We're attacking the castled king. So my other rook comes in. So here I chase the queen. Let's look at a scenario here. So let's see. Let me set up the scenario. So, and white here tries a mini attack, but we focus on our attacks. So right here, my scenario was, what if the, so let's move it back a bit. So what if we went here and the queen went on e2? What would you guys do in this position? So find me white's best move here. I'll give you guys 20 more seconds on this one. Really think about it, guys, and then I'll pick somebody to answer. We'll see if anybody gets it right. And if you guys can get this move right, that means you can beat an 1800. I'm just kidding. No, yeah, but that means you guys saw the move that my opponent was unable to see. So you're closer to 1800. So guys, give this one a try. All right, so was anybody able to find this one and get the answer? Okay, Chelsea was the nod. What do you think, Chelsea? What's your answer?
Rook takes h3.
That's right, rook takes h3, and here's why this move works. Yes.
Just because the pawn is pinned, and it's checkmate.
Exactly. The pawn is in a pin. See, guys? See this bishop? Very innocent looking. Doesn't look like it's doing much. But this bishop is the reason we won this game. So let's look at scenario number 2 now. This gets a little crazy, but similar thing. So this is actually what happened in the game. Black went here. So we had some back and forth attacking, and I played this move, and I actually sacrificed my queen here. And this is all planned. Now, white took the queen. So white checked first, and then white took the queen. And what happened here was my plan was the same thing. Once the queen goes away, the pawn is in a pin, so we just take on h3, checkmate. But white played this move. Queen blocks h2. My question to you guys is, what is black's winning move now? Because black actually has one move that wins the game here. And I happen to find that move and win, but it's not that easy. But you guys you know the topic of pins really well. Maybe you'll be able to see it. And guys, if you're not sure, just like look at an aggressive move you could possibly play, a move that puts more pressure on the king, and see if it works right now. You know, we can see rook takes queen maybe, but no, king takes, and then white is safe. But there's one really good move. Nicholas, what do you think, Nicholas?
I think it's rook h4.
Rook h4. I love this move. I love this move because now double 2 rooks attacking the queen, and if the queen takes, we take and checkmate. So this is what I played, and we won the game. But yeah, guys, like this one bishop was so powerful because this bishop was causing the pin. So the moral of the story here, because we went over a lot of the basics about the pin. So